Hello, folks. How are you? Welcome back to another edition of Chronic Pain, the Inner Demon. Raymond Nugent here to you, aka Chronic Pain, the Inner Demon, on a Friday. How are you guys doing today on a Friday? TGIF to everyone. TGIF to everyone, and I hope you guys are having a splendid week. I hope you guys, are having a blast because the weekend is here, and have no fear. You know, you just enjoy and do it safely. The best way you know how, and with family and friends because things are changing. So yes, I'm looking forward to see different things happening around us, and I'm very optimistic. Very optimistic, guys. So yeah, things are changing for the better. So I hope we all could, sit back and enjoy and do diligence, to ourselves and also our families as well, you know, and all the peers, grandpeers that we haven't, yeah. So things are looking better. So we just have to stay mindful and stay hopeful, stay positive. You know what I mean? Yes, folks. So how are you guys doing today on a Friday? On a Friday. Like some people say Friday. Chronic Pain Getting Demon here coming to you live from home in Orlando. All right. So all my friends who are joining me just now, welcome. And thanks to have you aboard. All my friends from near, all my friends from far, because I have some listeners, in some places over the world that I tell you, you know, but they're very good listeners and they're true listeners. And they're also great subscribers to the channel. And they also help to keep this machine going. And I thank them graciously, because they stay with Chronic Pain Dealer Demon. Because this is a worldwide thing, guys. Chronic pain is a worldwide thing. It's not just in America. It's not just in South America. It's not just in the western part of the world or the eastern part of the world. Chronic pain is all over the world. So it's on a global scale. So that's why when I said I'm going to put out this channel on YouTube, I wanted to reach as much people as it could reach because, chronic pain is something that's, creeping up on us slowly, you know. But I think over the few years, it got a little bit more aggressive. And, we do have, Pain Awareness Month in a year, like, every year. And, so we just wanted to bring forth, the chronic pain a little bit more and, to show that, there's a platform here, for all my friends, who want to, come on and, chime in, chit chat, and just try to, help resolve and solve this chronic pain issue. Because I've been waiting now for, well, 17 years, So, yes, guys, 17 years of waiting, 17 years of research, 17 years of rehabilitation, 17 years of agony, 17 years of uncertainty, 17 years of not giving up, you know, hope, that is, 17 years of taking the trial and the tribulations, you know, 17 years of what, was given to me, 17 years of me carrying this, this battle, 17 years of me fighting this battle, So, yes, guys, so this year, 17 years, lucky seven, I hope, after this year, my battle is over. I hope, lucky seven, so the one is there, lucky seven as well. So hopefully, this thing could resolve for me and for you guys, as soon as possible, because I tell you, it's not easy to feel trapped. It's not easy. It's like you yourself, feel like you're trapped in someone else's body and you're trying to get out spiritually, but the energy is not there, and even though the willpower is there, but the energy is just not there. And you fought and you fought and you fight, and still, the body that you're in is putting up such a resistance. It just makes it so hard for you to even propel and get over that hump to get to your goals. So yes, guys, so chronic pain could do a lot to you. But I think, and in my opinion, because it works for me. Exercise, strengthening the muscles, strengthening the core. Just keep yourself going. One day at a time will help you to decrease the pain management, as far as managing the pain, and also help you in a more disciplined way, because that's what it had done for me. It kind of disciplined me in a way of how to take care of my body and how to not lift certain things or when not to lift certain things. Because I'm more mindful, and I also use my discretion more, so I won't hurt myself. And yeah, so all these come into play, over the years of just going through chronic pain, the trials and the tribulations, and just to see what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, so for some of us, it just happened that we have to gather the data in order for us to actually, see actually really what works, and like I said earlier, what doesn't work, and how we could move on with our lives. But life, we have to see certain proof, data, analytics. That's what life is based on, pretty much. Analytics, show us all about our life, and our life in this earth, as well. So yes, so the data was very important for me, and that's why I kept fighting, fighting, and fighting. And I'm glad I fought, because hey, how are you guys? Hey, thanks for having me here. Thanks for having me here. I'm just trying to get on the channel so I can give you jackets. All right, chance. Good to have you guys here. And chronic pain dinner demon. My channel. Raymond Nugent. In full effect on a Friday. Thanks for having you guys here. I'm just trying to find a channel so I could give you guys some jackets here off the via cell phone, because I'm using a laptop. Plus, I have like three phones around me, so it's a little busy right now with all these gadgets. But I'm sure if you give me a few minutes, a few seconds of your time, I'll get to you, and I'll be able to drop the links and share the links so everyone could come on board and become a moderator. And if you have to speak about chronic pain, be sure to do so. But as you can see, the topic of the show is a little different from chronic pain. But I'm just letting you know that's the platform that's here. It's more, towards chronic pain, But we're going to have other discussions that's going on around the world. We're going to have different debates that's going on around the world. We're going to have, stuff that we agree on versus stuff that we disagree on that going on around the world. But that's why I want this channel to be a channel where it's universal, where we could just speak our mind and flow, and just like just let each one teach one. You know what I mean? And we just move on from there. You know, because without the edification or the knowledge of certain things, then we're pretty much lost. That's how important knowledge is to us. Because without knowledge, we're pretty much lost. And neither I or you want to be one of those lost souls. You know what I mean? So that's why we have to keep on keeping on and stay positive and do what's right and try to motivate and help as much as you can, because you never know who's going to help you in the long run, or maybe a family member of yours, or maybe an ex of yours. You never know. So that's why we have to stay grateful, mindful, and be peaceful, because these things help us along the way in life, because we make better decisions that could catapult us, throughout our journey that we don't really understand sometimes, because we really can't see what's ahead of us as far as the journey is concerned. But sometimes the good you do will rub off on you throughout your journey, and it'll make your life a little bit more easier. So yes, guys. So for all my friends in chronic pain, hope you guys are having a great Friday. Hope you guys have some ways to alleviate your pain today on a Friday, and just try to get along with friends and family, and just do what's right for you, what's right for them as well. And hopefully you guys could have a great and blessed weekend. You know what I mean? Yes, guys. So I'm thankful that you guys are here with me on a Friday. I'm taking it slow because I'm trying to find my show on YouTube, which is this, because I'm live. But on YouTube, I'm trying to find my show. When I pull it up, I'm just scrolling through, but that's just the way it is. Technology. So we have to take our time with it. And some of it is just right in front of your face. Some of it takes a while. But we just have to be a little patient, which is something that I learned on this platform, and I'm glad that I learned it because me, for one, I needed to be a little bit more patient in my life. So yeah, so that's what I said. Each one teach one. You never know what's going to teach us. To do better and do what's right. You know what I mean? And just humble ourselves. So that's why I commend my platform that I'm on and other people that are on their platform because it helps them to be more better product of society, and it helps them to bring across to you guys whether it's entertainment or whether it's documentaries, whether it's something from their life, story they're trying to share with you guys, whether it's bad experience that they've been through, and whether if it's just something that they like to do, whether exercise or sports, but yet they still like to bring forth stuff that like those to us people. So it could give us stuff to look at, and perhaps could also give us some type of changes and clarities in our lives that we're searching for. So that's why I pretty much commend anyone who have not yet been on YouTube. Just try it out, see how it works, and see if there's any resolution there for you. Because I think there's something for everyone on YouTube. If you just like type in what you're looking for and pay attention to what you're looking for, you'll find something that could intrigue you in YouTube, or something that could be of some kind of inquisitiveness to you on YouTube. Because I tell you, this platform here, it's going and it's going and it's also growing, at a tremendous rate, you know. And I chose this platform because, it's reached, pretty much the entire world. It's a global platform, and it was just the right platform for me at the time, and the outlet and everything. It was just the right thing for me. So if you're a small YouTuber who are trying to get into this game and try to get your numbers up and stuff like that, just stay persistent. Hey, how are you guys? Thank you for being here. I'm searching through the channel. I'll let you guys know about the show in a few, and just thank you guys for being here. Just mix and mingle and give me a chance. I'll get back to you guys in a few, okay? But thank you for being in the chat room. You know what I mean? Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Okay, just remember, Raymond Nugent coming to you live, aka Chronic Pain and the Demon. All right, coming to you live. For all my friends in chronic pain, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well. And this show on, I'm going to dedicate to my friends in chronic pain, and also to the elderlies as well. How you guys are doing, because I like to cater to the elderlies, because sometimes they're left alone and they're in treacherous pain and stuff like that that could change their moods. So yes, guys, so I'm here for them as well. So that's why I said, I took on this platform. Um, Even though I know it's huge, but guess what? It's helping someone. And if I could help you today or help your friend tomorrow, that means my job is done. I might not be able to help a million people, but if I could help one person or two people, then, that's good. So for me, I've been going through chronic pain for over 16, 17 years. All the spinal fusions, all these things that I've been through, epidurals, nerve blocks, um, discectomy, all these type of things that I've been through, and I'm still living with chronic pain. It's just unfortunate, but it's just it could something not be happen, because it happens to a lot of people around this world, a lot of people in this country, because you have to remember, in this country, there's over 5 million or 50 million people, excuse me, over 50 million people in this country living with chronic pain. So we have to find a way how to curb that and try to, put, people back into society. So it's a very, very big platform, because, there's a lot to learn while I am doing what I'm doing. And there's also a lot for me to, express to you guys of what I've been through. So yes, guys, thank you for being in the chat room. So if you have any family member that's been through chronic pain, you should know, what it's like, just to watch your family members go through chronic pain. Maybe your grandparents, maybe your mom, maybe your dad, but still, nevertheless, it's something that, could drive you up the wall. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not easy, but such is life, and sometimes, the dice that's rolling for you, you just have to take it with a grain of salt and just keep moving. And yes, guys, I'm here now. So I'm gonna make you guys moderators, on the channel. So I'm going to remove my glasses for a while just to make all you guys moderators and you guys could chit chat and also enjoy the show as well. So yes, guys. So Annabella, and I'm glad to have you here. And Margot, glad to have you here as well. Yes, you guys are with your jackets now, and you can drop your link and share your links. That's the way we do it. With chronic pain, and no, I could get to starting the show because I have visual contact on my phone. So let's try the other phone and see what I have, and then we could start the show because I'm sure you see the topic. So we want to discuss the topic and we want to get to the topic. But before that, we have to make sure we get to, the right areas, that we need to get to as far as YouTube is concerned, and make sure we have everything corresponding the right way, so I could give you the information the right way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's pretty much what I do. So I don't, you know, I don't mislead. I just try to, give you as much as I can, when I can, and hopefully someone can learn from, what I have to offer here on the show. So thank all of you guys, for being here. Thank you for being patient. Like I said once again, my name is Raymond Nugent, and you're in tune to my channel, aka Chronic Pain, the Inner Demon. How are you guys? I hope everyone is having a great weekend so far. It's Friday. The weekend starts tomorrow, but you know what? It's after midday Friday. So, we're going to say, let's go. You know what I mean? A few hours left in the working day for some of us going on night shifts as well. But I hope everyone is having a splendid Friday. All my friends in the Philippines, I want to say hi to you. All my friends in Dubai, I want to say hi to you. My friends in England, say hi to you. My friends in the Caribbean, I want to say hi to you. All my USA friends, hello to you guys. Happy Friday. All right. Thanks for joining me in my chat, guys. I appreciate you guys. Give me a thumbs up while you come in. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Also, let me know how you feel about the channel, and just be free, to intertwine, with chronic pain, because that's just pretty much what I'm here for you guys, and for all the rest of the world who are listening to me. So I'm grateful to you guys, and I'm in debt to you guys. Yes, indeed. All right, so let's start today's show. As you see the topic on the show, guys, you can mix in the middle in the chat room, and once you get at me, I'll get back at you as far as subscribing is concerned. I'll get back at you guys, and I'll also make sure I share my link, and make sure that I watch your guys programs. So yeah. So Annabelle, for example, this is you, Annabelle. All right. So I'm in your house, watching your video, and so far it's a great video. It looks like your video here is intro, and I'm going to leave my comment. You know what I mean? So always remember to leave comments, in videos, and 'cause that's very important. So Annabelle, I left my comment there, so at least I know I got to you already, Annabelle. All right. Thank you so much for coming becoming a part of my show. So yes, guys. So today, what I really want to talk about, mainly, the world is opening up slowly, slowly. The world is opening up slowly, which is right and the way it should, because now they're having these vaccines on board, and the world is opening up slowly, right? And guys, we have to understand, we don't want to, get left behind. So, are we ready for the pandemic? you know. And let me rephrase that. Are we ready for the pandemic? And when I say the pandemic, I mean our plans beyond the pandemic. Okay. Let's say, for example, everybody get these vaccines and they're working out, and time speed, November, December come around, and the world is doing okay. But we didn't prepare ourselves, for the pre-pandemic. So what we have to do, just be mindful, you know, and also prepare ourselves for the pre-pandemic. After the pandemic is over, so are we ready for that? And because what I noticed that's going on, the traveling is picking up around this world. Hey, thank you guys for being here once in the chat room again. Blessed being here. Hey guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure, having you guys here. Yes. So we have to be prepared for the pandemic. After the pandemic. So I call it the pandemic. I mean, that's just my word on that one. Pandemic. Are we ready for the pandemic? Because I know within the pandemic we were down and out for a while as far as some people, spending, taking vacations, vacations, graduations, et cetera, et cetera. So some of us save up money. I wish I did, but I'm just saying, some of us do. You know what I mean? And we're ready to go back out there and take vacations and shop and see other family members that we haven't saw in so long because no, we have the vaccine and supposedly we could, go around and visit. Supposedly that's what the CDC is saying, but who knows? We'll see what happens. As time goes by. But I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic that we're going to be able to go back around and see family members. Go to the movies. Go maybe to the clubs and stuff like that in the near future. Because we have to stay optimistic, guys, because that's just the way the world is. And if you see right now, the finance markets they're picking up. That's a big sign to us. People. That's a very big sign. Because financially, if the world is picking up, that should show us that hey, maybe it's time for me to plan this vacation that I haven't planned that I had put off last year when it was so bad, with COVID-19. Maybe it's no time for me to reserve my ticket before it goes up sky high, for my vacation. Maybe it's no time for me to reserve my hotel. Maybe it's no time for me to plan my daughter's graduation, party that I wanted to plan last year and I couldn't plan. Okay, maybe it's no time for me to plan that wedding that I want to have in the summer or after the summer in the fall, etc. Just let's say, these vaccine works and we could socialize and get around. You know what I mean? And let's say we could plan all these bar mitzvah that we're supposed to plan, for the youngsters, for my Jewish family. You know what I mean? Yes, guys. So we have to have these pandemic in place. So whenever things, trickle down, we're ready and we're ready to go. So there's no setback and there's no holding back because we're ready. We made our plans. So yes, guys, once again in the chat room, thanks for you to be here. And I'm happy for you guys today. But just to make sure, while you're there in the chat room, just be mindful and think about this, okay? Have your pandemic in place so whenever this pandemic, subside, we're able to move around and live like normal people. Because we've been cooped up now, guys, for more than a year, more than a year, more than a year, and that's devastating. You know what I mean? I mean that could brings on sadness, brings on depression, brings on a lot of different things, high blood pressure as well, yes, because some people are just used to being out, so it's hard to cage what's used to being out, because that's what you've been used to all your life, so you've been caged for so long. Now when you let loose, you're just like all over the place. But we have to put that plan in place so we're not all over the place. You know what I mean? Once you get that plan in place, you write things down. This is what I want to do, extra day, extra month, extra this, extra that. So we put those plans in place so we don't go overboard and get overwhelmed, because those things will happen because it's easy right now to get overwhelmed, in our pandemic because we want to do everything right now because, we have been down for so long, and you know what I mean? So we're eager, so we have to also be mindful and you know, just be careful, because we don't want to be extra eager in what we're doing. You know what I mean? We want to also put that plan in place so we make sure whenever we make those decisions, we make the right decisions. So you don't count yourself as a loss, in these decisions. So yes, guys. So that's one of my reasons for doing this show today. So my listeners, for the ones who have never or have yet put their pandemic in place, like myself, because after the show, I'm going to have to finalize my pandemic, So yes, put your pandemic in place, guys. So you have things going and have things ready, So whatever that time comes, you already have your plan in place. So you go to your planning board, go to your planning book, and you look at what you have coming up next and what's next. So you do it in a proper manner. So like that, you don't overspend, or you don't buy what you don't need to buy, and you enjoy pretty much what you need to enjoy without shortchanging yourself. You know what I mean? Because I really don't think after going through what we've been going through, anyone need to shortchange themselves. You know, because it was a treacherous time, and it's still a treacherous time for us all around this world. You know, so when it comes time for us to enjoy and explore and expand, you know, I want us to, you know, in the right way, because we reserve that right, you know, for what we've been through, you know, over the past year. And so, you know what I mean? So that's why we have to put our plans in place, you know, for the pandemic, you know. So we have all these things in place, so we do what's right, you know, within ourselves. So you don't want to say 2 years down the line, hey man, you know, I should have did this when I had made my plans. I should have put this on my bucket list. But you know, it happens. You know, it happens. But you know, as days goes by and as the time goes by and the country opens up or the world opens up a little bit wider and wider and wider, you know, we could keep our plans, you know, a little bit more conspicuous, you know, so we could actually, you know, you know what I mean? Just go forward with them, you know, as time goes by, you know, because we don't want to miss out on our pleasure, and we don't want to miss out on the pleasure of seeing family member. We don't want to miss out on the pleasure of traveling. We don't want to miss out on the pleasure of the great vacations that we used to have, because these things keep us going, you know, throughout our lives. Right, my friends in the chat room, you know, all these things keep us going, you know, by just going to see family members, you know, visiting friends. You know what I mean? Maybe go to a nice party, maybe go to a nice barbecue, you know, and all these little things, you know what I mean? Keep us going so we stay sane, you know, mentally, you know, because when you're trapped, you know, your mind is also, your mind is, you know, your mind can move around anywhere it wants to go in this world, you know, but if your mind feels trapped, that's a hell of a thing, you know, because that brings on depression, you know, so don't ever let your mind feel trapped, even if you're caged, you know, in your house, you know, yeah. This mind, make sure your mind is free, all right, free thinking, because you could be trapped in the house, you know, because of COVID-19, but your mind could be still working, you know, anywhere around this world. You know what I mean? Because they can't trap your mind, you know, or your mind can't be trapped, you know. But yes, the body could be trapped because we have to be mindful of what's out there and we have to be careful. But mentally, no, they're not the mind. So, but when I say mentally, you know, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, the mind could still prolong and moves along and goes and wanders, you know. But when I say mentally, I want to be careful, okay, and I want to also be um, assurance of what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about mental illness, you know. I'm just saying mentally because I know this thing could bring on tremendous mental illness. You know what I mean? Because it's proven to happen to, you know, quite a few people around this world so far. You know, according to CNN and all these other these news outlets. You know that, you know, mentally we're seeing, you know, some tremendous, you know, havocs, and you know, there's places for these things, you know, for these mental illness and you know, stress and stuff like that. You know, so if we need that help and we think we need that help, man, you know, reach out to some of these places and try to get that mental help that we need, because you know, we can't, you know, we're not too big or we're not too small, you know, for the mental health, because depression is a hell of a thing, you know. But sometimes a lot of us lie to ourselves when it comes on to depression, because, you know, especially for men, you know, we feel so macho and big and strong, you know, we think that's something that, you know, would never happen to us or something that we could control. You know, you have to understand, you know, it's real and it's a disease. Depression is a disease, just like chronic pain, and you could also have chronic depression as well, you know, because depression could lead to chronic depression, you know, if you don't control it and curb it at a young stage, you know. So that's why it's very important for us to curb these sickness and these disease at an early stage, because they could prolong and they could, like, you know, hampered, you know, our quality of life. You see what I'm saying? So we want to stay sane. We want to have a good quality of life. So we're going to do what's right and what's best for us and our family and friends as well, and just make sure that, you know, we're, you know, where we're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Where we're supposed to be. Because I tell you, I was supposed to do the show since Wednesday, but I wasn't feeling, you know, all that great. You know, I was a little apprehensive. But I said I have to do the show before Saturday, right? So today I didn't go to the gym today. I said, you know what? I'm gonna bear it. I'm gonna relax around the house, and then I'm gonna do my show. And that's what I'm doing right now. That's why I said we have to stay optimistic. We have to stay positive. You know what I mean? You never know what the next hour is going to look like, or the next hour. So that's how we have to, try to gradually, place ourselves sometimes, because sometimes we put on a tremendous load on ourselves, tremendous responsibilities that we can't even fulfill. And should we do that? No, because once you can't fulfill those responsibilities, then it brings on mental stress. So that's why we have to make our responsibilities, the way we know we could fulfill, on a normal scale. Because sometimes, mentally we think so big, but physically we could do so small. Sounds like just a phrase, right? No, but sometimes mentally we do think so big, you know. Yeah, when physically we could do but so small, you know. That's just the way the mind thinks, And you have to be able to control your mind, your way of thinking, and that will help you, and help us to get over, any kind of hump that faced us, any kind of tribulation that faced us, and hopefully we could get back on a positive scale, once we get through these experience, because guys, I tell you, you have to remember in 1918, okay, we had the first pandemic that was on record, right? The Spanish flu, aka the H1N1, okay, that was registered, it killed over 500,000 people in America. And then when I looked at the studies of the cases of the COVID in America today, it's over 500,000. Okay, is that ironic or it's just a coincidence? But anyway, I really don't question these people. I don't question what's going on, because I know sometimes these things could be number games. For all these other entities. But yes, it was just so it was just so crazy that the number of death in 1918 in the United States, right? Just bear in mind, bear in mind, worldwide, this thing killed over 50 million people, right? Over 50 million people worldwide, right? The Spanish flu, aka the H1N1, right? And now, I don't know how much people the COVID has killed so far over the world, but in America, Um, the Spanish flu in 1918 killed what? 675,000 people, right? And now in America, the COVID, we're moving closer to the 600,000 people, right? So it's just something to look at, because when you look at numbers, sometimes, it could tells you a lot, you know, just from my own edification, So yeah, so yes, guys, for all my friends out there in chronic pain, on a you guys, find some way, to see family members if you can, and take a walk, maybe ride your bike, maybe ride your horse if you have a horse, maybe take a jog if you can, just try to do something with yourself and within yourself, so you could find some kind of joy and peace within a day like this. Because in Florida, it's a gorgeous day. I know it should be the springtime now in certain parts of the world and country. So I hope you guys are enjoying the spring, enjoying the cherry blossoms over there in Japan, where we're going to have the Olympics soon. Which I'm glad for that. The Olympic is still on, so I'm glad for that. So even though we still have sports on television, it might not be audience, but it's something to watch. You know, so it's not like last year. When it was so depressing, and depriving. So yes, this year is a better year when it comes on to the news outlets and different things and different channels to watch. Because last year, I tell you, it was the most depressive year I've ever been to. It's 2020. 2020 is my most depressive year. And guys, let me know in the chat room what year was your most depressive year. If it was 2020 or years past when you have certain kind of stuff in your life that you have to get through. But for me, 2020 was my worst depressive year. Yeah, and I got through it. So I told myself if I could get through 2020, I could get through any year. You know what I mean? Yeah, any year. Yes. So I learned a lot within 2020. I learned to improvise more in 2020. You know, I learned to respect love more in 2020. I learned to be more obedient in 2020. I learned to be more patient in 2020. I learned to be more respectful in 2020. You know what I mean? Yeah. So 2020, I learned a lot. You know, and I'm not saying in a glad fashion, but I'm just saying I try to take away things from 2020. You know, 2020, I learned to become more smarter, a more smarter person, where I could invest, better, you know. Also launched my YouTube channel in 2020. I launched my channel, in 2020. Thank you, all my supporters, all my subscribers, all my well wishers, helped me along the way, when I launched my channel in 2020. So, yes, 2020 was a bad year, but at the same time, there's a phrase that says every bad year there is something good that comes out of it. Okay? The phrase that goes like this: every bad year there's something good that comes out of it. So when I look back at 2020, yes, it was devastating, but I could count a lot of good things that came out of 2020 for me personally. I don't know for anyone else, but you guys, you could sit there and brainstorm and configure, what good that came out of 2020 for you and your family members, and also for your friends as well. You know, yeah. So it was a treacherous year, but certain good that came out of it, that I could appreciate, and learn, to live with. You know what I mean? So yes. So and also 2020 is a year that we're seeing the most people work from home, in America. That just zoomed up the chart, because of technology. And I have to tell you, way to go. Way to go, technology. Way to go. So, yes, so TG, I've told my friends who are just coming in. You see the topic if you're just checking in. Hello, hello, my friend. Nice to have you here, Donald. Nice to have you here, friends. Nice to have you here. As you can see, the topic, you know, oh, Diamond Trophy. Nice to have you here. As you can see, the topic, on the screen. All right, pandemic. All right, Diamond. So, Diamond, did you make your plans for the after pandemic? You know, let's say if these vaccine helps us, did you make your plans for after the pandemic? After the pandemic, excuse me. What you're gonna do with your friends and family, or maybe your kids. So have your plans in places yet? So that's what we're talking about today on this show. Yes, you do. I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. Okay, I'm happy you do have your plans in place because that's what the show is all about today. Make sure we have our plans in place so whenever because things are opening up slowly, throughout this world. All right. So don't let it catch us off our heels. All right. So let's just pay attention and be mindful and also make preparation. So when these things open, we have things in place. Because like I said earlier, the air flights, the fares are going up just for the ones who want to travel this summer and beyond the summer. For the booking a hotel, the prices are going up for all the ones who want to travel as well. For reservation in, safaris and parks and whatnot, even for restaurants, the prices are going up. So get your reservation in while you can. Get your things in while you can at this moment because we have to be ready for what? The pandemic, because that's where all you're going to see is just cha-ching, because all the investors, they want to see this coming in. Okay, we are the consumer, all right? So we have to know how to spend our what? Money, all right? So we have to be prepared for all of that because there's going to be a lot of enticement, and because we're so trapped for so long, sometimes you're going to see us doing a lot of impulse spending, So we're trying to cut down this impulse spending, in the pandemic, all right? So let's just be mindful and spend wisely like we normally do, so our money could last another day. You know what I mean? So that's why I said be mindful of the pandemic, guys, because there's a plan for the pandemic. When it comes down to the reopening, there's a plan in place, because a lot of loss A lot of money, astronomical amount of money has been lost, within this pandemic. So somewhere along the line, they have to figure out how they're going to try to make up for some of this money. You see what I'm saying? So you have all these experts at work, over the course of the year, putting things in place, for the pandemic. You see what I'm saying? So if we don't, as consumers, get on board and figure out how we're gonna, do things and try to also have a few dollars left over, then hey, we're gonna get caught up on the back of our heels, and it's gonna cost us a lot more money. All right. So we don't want it to happen to us, because God knows whatever happened to us in 2020 is enough. All right. So we don't want to be taking, you know, we don't want to, be abused as consumers. So we just have to be mindful and be careful, of our financial spendings and of our impulse shopping, because we don't want to get caught up in that situation. All right. So that's why today's show, geared towards a pandemic. So hopefully, someone could learn something from the show and try to prepare themselves, just like I'm going to prepare myself. So whenever the right time comes, we could do these things step by step, and so we don't get left out in the cold, financially. All right, all right, guys. So let's just do all of that, and we should be great. We should be great because a lot of us, want to take that vacation that we haven't took in so long. You know what I mean? Now it's time to put that plan in place. A lot of us wanted to have that wedding that we had set it last year, but we couldn't do it because of the pandemic. We could set that reservation, aside right now because things are looking up on the up and up, and places are opening. So the longer we wait, the more it's going to cost us. You know what I mean? So we could call up these places now and try to get these reservations, down the line, so it'd be cheaper for us. Hotels, also call up these hotels. You know what I mean? Get these reservation in, so you don't pay an astronomical price, way down in the year. So all this pandemic could save us a tremendous amount of money. So let's just try to learn on how to put things together, and make sure we make the right plans, so we could execute when it's time to execute. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think those things would work, diligence for us, as people, because we've been through so much. We've seen so much, we've heard so much, we've been through so much. Hey guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to comment on the video, please. Okay. And also, I do have super chats. For all the ones who want to super chat me, you guys could throw me a super chat because, and you could also become a member of the channel as well, because all those things help me to buy, better lightings and also equipments, for the machine, so I could keep it going. You know what I mean? I was on vacation for over a week, and I'm back. This is what I've been working on for a few days, the pandemic, but I have to put it in, different places and different orders. So I make sure I could give it to you guys as clear and in living color as I can. So yes, folks. So like I said, don't let this thing catch us on the back of our heels. Let's make preparation for the pandemic. You know, and once we make our preparation, we should be, all in the clear, and, know what to do and what steps and what measures to take, because this is the time, this is the time for us, if we really want to, try to, and get ahead, and get a head start, of the pandemic, because we saw, the pharmaceutical companies, they did their things and they make sure they do what they have to do in an aggressive way. I am not saying that we need to be aggressive making it a pandemic, but we just have to be mindful, be cautious. If it's even one plan a day that you put on your list that you want to do after you could travel and you could go places and meet family members. If it's even one a day, but get your plans down, get your plans in order. So like that, when you put your plans in order, you could also calculate your money, and you'll be right there where you need to be. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be over that ballpark, or you know what I mean? You'll be in that segment, so you could still move on and live life, the normal way you do. So it's good to put these kind of plans in place, because we have been living, you know, all this cabin fever, for more than a year, you know. So, mentally, some of us are a little rattled. I hope we can sort that out. Seek the treatments that we need to seek, and try to sort that out so we could get back stable. For all my friends in chronic pain, I know chronic pain is like a light switch. I lived it. I've been living it now for 17 years. We just have to do the best we can. Take it, one day at a time. One foot forward. Like I always say, and just keep pressing on. And we'll make it to the next day. All right. That's just pretty much how life is, and how things is for us, people in chronic pain at the moment. I've given shows, I've spoken on shows. The things that we're waiting on to see. Stem cell research a little bit more publicized to the public, so we could afford to get that kind of treatment, which could help a lot of us that are living in chronic pain. But time will tell, and everything is just up to time. So we just have to, try to deal with things the best way we know how, and just take it one day at a time. Because hey, today is a gift. Tomorrow is not promised. You know what I mean? So we have to enjoy the gift that we have today. You know, we have to enjoy the gift. So all my friends in the chat room, and I really, really, really thank you guys that much. Thank you guys. Thank you, Diamond Trophy. Thanks all my friends in the chat room, Annabella, all of my friends that came through today. All of my friends that came through today. I thank you dearly. Thank you for supporting me, in my live. Thank you for listening to me for what I have to say. And hopefully I was able to, give some message to someone. Hopefully I was, able to, you know, inspire someone. Hopefully someone could take something away from this message today, and get your pandemic in place, and think about it, be mindful about it, talk to your families about it, talk to your friends about it, you know and see if it makes sense. Just don't take my word for it. you know Talk to friends and family members, see if my words make sense, see if what I have to say makes sense, see if my thoughts make sense. You have to do your fact checks, and check yourself, check your information, make sure they're right, and you move on from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yes, my friends, glad to have you here, Annabelle. Yes, I have to get to you. Let me get to you right now, because I was talking, so I forgot to get to you. So Annabelle, I'm watching your video, and thanks for having me here, Annabelle. Yeah, I did get to you. Did I leave you a comment? Because I know I was working. Yes, I did. I also left you a comment, Annabelle. So thank you very much, for chiming in today. Um, you know, uh, you're a great, 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 great moderator. You did well, and I appreciate that. I also appreciate your channel, and hopefully I see you around, in the future doing your lives, Annabelle, and I'll be able to sit back and just listen to your show, and learn something from your show, because what I try to do is try to bring forth the best content that I know how, that someone could learn from, and also make themselves better, or I could enlighten someone's day. Because for a guy that's living with chronic pain for over 17 years, I mean, you might see the outer body and think it's okay. It's just mind over matter. But I tell you, inside, you know it's just creating a havoc, you know. But I'm so used to it. You know what I mean? At first, I didn't think I was going to be able to, live with pain. I didn't think I was going to be able to used to live with pain, I should say. I just thought that was just, unheard of, you know. But you know, this is the ball that was rolling into my court, and I had to accept it, and work with it, even though the job is just brutal at times, but still I have life, and that's all that matters, is I still have life. Health and strength I could work on, but as long as I have life, everything else, could fall into place. So I'm grateful. And I'm thankful to the man above to give me a second day, give me a third day, give me a fourth day, etc., etc. You know, yes. So I'm grateful to be on this earth walking because I remember one of my surgeons, when he looked at me, he said to me, I wasn't supposed to be walking. He said, Raymond, you wasn't supposed to be walking. You're supposed to be in a wheelchair. I looked at him, got in my car, the tears came down my eyes. But I have to tell you, that one conversation makes me stronger. You know? Oh, yeah, made me stronger. Even though at first, you know, I was brokenhearted to hear stuff like that, but it made me stronger. It made me more of a more believer in myself, in this world, in my faith, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it also makes me become a better person. I'm here with you today. I was never a person that liked to talk about my issues like that because it just couldn't come out. You know what I mean? I'll just like walk away or just turn my face away because it hurts so much. But when I get to the point where I could talk about what I've been through, thank God to great psychologists and also great psychiatrists that I've been seeing over the years that helps me, to where I'm at today, where I'm more comfortable, I'm more at ease with myself, you know, mentally and physically, you know. Yes, we have flare ups. Yes, I have flare ups that brings me up sometimes, up to a mental stress. But hey, I go back to the reminders. Some days I go back to reading my journals that I had that got me over the hump. Some days I go back and read notations that I've did with shows, to explain to people how to, just take it day by day. And those things helps me put me in a better place. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it makes me feel like I'm not alone, you know? Yeah. So all these information is there to help, you know, help others to get over the hump. Don't let them go through what I've been through. Where I thought that there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Where I just wanted to run my car in the wall because I couldn't deal with life anymore. You know, don't let them go through what I've been through. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's hope. There's hope. For people in chronic pain, there's hope. Lots of hope. All right. So let's just take it one day at a time. Our day will come. All right. From all my chronic painers, our day will come. You know what I mean? Our day will come. So just live it day by day. All right. For all my friends, who are doing the pandemic situation now, I hope you guys are doing it the right way and making the right plans for your pandemic, you know, making the right plans, because after suffering through a year like we did in 2020, if we can, have these plans executed in 2021, I think we should do them, and do them enjoyable to the best way we know how, because we're coming off a treacherous year and we all need to unwind. We all need to unwind positively, peacefully. We all need to unwind, and also intertwined, positively and peacefully, you know. And before I go and before I forget, I know mental stress at this time is very high. And I'm begging you guys, I'm begging you, stay focused, talk to friends, talk to family members, talk to you know, um, your psychologist, be honest with your psychiatrist, you know, because I tell you, my friends, my families, my supporters, all my well wishers, people around the world, I am just so fed up and tired of getting up and seeing these mass shootings. I am very tired. I'm sure you guys are too. We are very tired. So please respect life, okay? Respect another person's life, another person's opinion, another person's belief, because my opinion can't be yours. I have to think for myself. You have to think for yourself. But nevertheless, you know, each one teach one. You know what I mean? In a positive way, in a right way. For what's going on, it's so heartbreaking. And it's even more heartbreaking knowing that it's going on in a time like this. When the world should be coming together. The world is just, going like this, separating. What happened to this togetherness? It's just, we're just, separating. And you know what's separating us? You know what's in the middle? Just hate, you know, hate. We need to get rid of that, man. We have to minimize and get rid of that and put more love in the middle, you know, and see where we could go with that. We're tired of experiencing hate. Let's experience some love now, you know. Please, I'm begging you. Let's experience some love. You know, the life you save could be your own or your family members. You know what I mean? Don't be silly. Don't be stupid. We're all going through this battle. You're not exceptional. We're all fighting this demon. We're all fighting this plague. It's a worldwide thing. You know, I know that the stress rate is very high. I know it could become overwhelming, but don't let it control you. Don't let it control you. Don't let it have you making all these devious, stupid decisions. Don't let it make you think of evil. Don't let it make you think of active evil. You know, just count your blessings on a daily basis and wish for the next man his blessings as well. Let's be mindful. Let's be peaceful. Let's be grateful. If the world is not enough for you, then find some other planet. You know, if the world is not enough for you, let's then find some other planet. You know what I mean? If it's not for you, my friend, find some other planet. Don't just try to come and disrupt people who are trying to live in peace. All right? Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much. I'm closing, so I have to close, on a note. It's Friday, you know. So this is my closing. I'm closing. Thank all of you guys for being in the chat room. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's be grateful for life. Let's be mindful for the others, and let's be peaceful for the world. Make this place a better place, you know, because by fighting COVID and fighting these guys out there who are doing this mass shooting, oh my God, it's tough. So please, please, let love be love, okay? Let love be love. And let the ones who are loved continue being loved, all right? Don't take that away from families. Don't take that away from friends. You know what I mean? Because one person you took away could ruin an entire family life, So please, if you need that help psychologically, reach out. You can reach out to me. I'll find you someone to help you. Reach out to somebody. Talk to your family members. I know it's tough at this moment. It's overwhelming. It's a burden. We all know that. But life has to go on. That doesn't mean you have to do stupid things. Let's think positive. All right? Let's think optimistic. Things are going to get better. It might not go back to the same, but it will get better. So let's not go to the bottom before we have to come up. All right? Let's try to bring it back up now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank all you guys in the chat room. Thank you for being here. I'm about to end the show. My name is Raymond Nugent, aka Chronic Pain Unit Demon. Like I always say before I go, each one, teach one. Have a great day. Peace.